Danny, are you a fan of Justin Bieber? Because I really feel like his music is getting a lot better these days.
Yeah, I liked Sorry. That was a good song. We sound like grandparents.
I like Sorry.
Song.
No, I thought it was a good song.
It was alright.
And what do you mean?
Oh, I thought you were asking me. What do I mean?
And the song, what do you mean?
Yeah.
We play it out here all the time in the clubs of Toronto.
I know. I think, his music is debatable, but he's been getting into a little bit of trouble. Usually he keeps himself to himself, but at times, obviously, he hasn't really done that. He's had some pretty serious run-ins with the law. Sometimes the charges don't stick, but the stories still remain. So, I think we should talk about the 10 most memorable times right now with the top 10 crimes Justin Bieber has committed. And who are you, by the way?
I'm Rebecca Felgate.
I'm Danny Berg.
Yeah, and what a team. In at number 10, we have the monkey incident. What exactly went on with Justin Bieber's former pet capuchin monkey Morley, we don't quite know. What we do know is that Justin Bieber was allegedly given a monkey as a gift and he wanted to take it with him to Germany. This was against the better advice from his team. Morley was seized at the German border by customs, who declared the monkey illegal. Justin reportedly did not have vaccination papers for the monkey, nor was he able to prove that the monkey was obtained legally. Morley was taken off him and Bieber made no arrangements to get him back, which makes me kind of sad. He now lives out his days in Copenhagen Zoo in Denmark.
Okay, coming in at number 9 now, we have the Argentina assault. In 2013, a court in Argentina issued an arrest warrant for Justin Bieber for an alleged attack on a photographer. Now, according to this photographer, Justin sent his bodyguard to attack him outside of a nightclub in Buenos Aires during Justin's South American tour. Apparently, this was all a retaliation for him trying to take a picture of him as he left that nightclub. Although the arrest warrant was eventually dropped, the charges against Justin Bieber were not, and he hasn't been able to tour in Argentina since then, much to the dismay of believers living there.
As part of the same tour, in at number 8, we have his graffiti incident in Brazil. In 2013, while in Brazil, Justin and his friends very publicly took part in a graffiti session on a wall at the former Hotel Nacional in Rio de Janeiro. Graffiti is against the law in Brazil and can be punishable by up to a year in prison. There was no mistaking the graffiti in question was Bieber's handiwork, as there are many pictures of him with spray paint in hand painting the area. Police turned up to the scene, but by this point he had already left. Bieber was then later fined an undisclosed fee. More vandalism up next, although rather than an act of artistic expression, this was very much an act of aggression. In at number 7, we have the infamous egging incident. I guess it's safe to say that he isn't the ideal neighbor. Justin Bieber committed vandalism on January the 9th, 2014, when he threw eggs at his neighbor's property in Calabasas, California. Police claimed that they had footage of the incident and Bieber high-fiving his friends following the affray. The singer pleaded no contest to one count of misdemeanor vandalism. He was ordered to pay $80,900 in restitution, as well as ordered to attend anger management classes, and he was placed on probation for 2 years. Since then, Justin has moved to Beverly Hills in California, but his former neighbor Jeff Schwartz still isn't happy and has tried to seek further compensation from the sorry star.
Strap in tightly now, guys, because we have a night of crimes for you next, so we had to split into 3 different parts on this list.
Yep, the fateful night of Justin Bieber.
So firstly, at number 6 we have the Miami street race. In January 2014, Bieber was arrested for taking part in a drag race on the streets of Miami. Just 2 hours before the event, he was clocked by a high-speed camera doing 136 miles per hour in his rented Lamborghini. 2 black SUVs had blocked the road in Miami Beach, leaving it open for Bieber to race his friend Khalil Sharif, who was driving a red Ferrari. Now personally, I think this one annoys me the most. It's one thing breaking the law and only putting yourself in danger, but drag racing on a public road like that, yeah, a little bit crazy. But it didn't end there.
No, it did not. In at number 5, we have caught drinking underage and driving on an expired license. It's a triple whammy so far. Just weeks after his egg incident, amid this whole dangerous driving debacle, when he was pulled over, it was discovered Bieber's license had expired. It was 6 months out of date. Of course, driving on an expired license is illegal, but it gets even worse. He also confessed to officers that he had been drinking alcohol. While the case for drinking whilst driving was dropped, so we don't know whether he was above the limit, he shouldn't have been drinking in the first place because he was in the United States and under the legal age of 21. But once again, It didn't end there.
It did not. We're still on the same night here. After the police tried to arrest him for all of that, at number 4, he resisted arrest. In the most extreme cases, resisting arrest can involve physically assaulting police officers during an arrest. Now this doesn't seem to be the case when police tried to arrest Bieber, and they described it as being non-violent. But although he kept himself physically restrained, he didn't really do the same verbally. Police said that he resisted arrest by going on a profanity-laced tirade, which basically means he swore and shouted a lot at the police when they were trying to arrest him. As part of his plea deal in court, he made a $50,000 donation to a youth charity after the judge said what he did was dangerous, not just for him, but for young people who also look up to him as a role model. Okay, moving on from that night, next up at number 3 now, we have the limo assault. Bieber allegedly assaulted a limousine driver in Toronto in December 2013. The limo driver said he got a notification from his Uber app. He picked up a group of 6 men outside of a nightclub, and as he was driving them to the hotel, one of them started punching him in the head because he refused to turn up the music. He later claimed that man was Justin Bieber. Bieber was charged by Toronto police with assault a few weeks later. Those charges were later withdrawn because there was no concrete proof that the attacker was actually Bieber. His tour manager admitted that Bieber was in the limo at the time, but couldn't say for absolute definite if it was Bieber who assaulted the driver.
More issues with driving up next. In at number 2, we have dangerous driving once again in Ontario, Canada. On the 1st of September in that fateful year of 2014, Bieber was charged with dangerous driving and assault in Stratford, Ontario in Canada. He collided with a minivan, then got into a fight with the driver. His lawyer blamed the paparazzi for the incident, and Bieber pleaded guilty to assault and a lesser charge of careless driving. He received a discharge for assault, and he had to pay $750 Canadian for the driving offence.
And finally now at number 1, we have punching in Spain. Punching someone is technically assault and can come with criminal charges, but many people are quite divided about whether Bieber was in the right with this one. On November 22nd, 2016, he was arriving at a concert venue in Barcelona when he rolled down his window to greet fans who were waiting outside. As he pulled up, a man stuck his hand into the car and kind of put it on Justin Bieber's face. Now the video doesn't show the reaction on Bieber's face, but we know how he felt about it by the fact that he punched the fan right there in the face. Some people said, well, that's what you get for sticking your hand on someone else's face. Other people said they hope Bieber gets sued for it. What do you guys think?
So that may not be the very worst thing that he's done on this list, but it is the most recent, and I was hoping after 2014 that maybe he might have learned just to chill out a bit.
I don't know, I mean, how old is he now? 22?
Still young.
Maybe a few more years, we'll see. There always seems to be a lot of discussion about Bieber whenever anything like this happens. Some fans obviously try and defend him and say, you know, you don't understand the pressure of fame, but I think there are a lot of other famous people out there who live quite similar lives, and they haven't done even half the things on this list.
That's true, but I can imagine that it must be quite stressful to have the paparazzi following you all the time, but then, as I said, he's been in these situations and he doesn't seem to have learned, so perhaps he just needs a yoga retreat or something.
But the real question is
it too late now to say sorry? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You should be sorry for that.
We couldn't resist.
I'm sorry too.
Ooh.
I'm Danny Burke.
I'm Rebecca Felgate.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to watch more videos, there's some over there next to Rebecca. Make sure you subscribed if you haven't done so already.
Also, do leave us a comment as to what you think to Justin Bieber, and me and Danny will get in the comment section, say hello to you, and give us some of our thoughts as well. It'll be great. It'll be a party right down there. We will see you beauties next time.
Bye bye.